President Jacob Zuma has called on the nation to unite and work together in order to overcome the current economic crunch facing the country. He was addressing delegates attending the South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry's annual conference in Johannesburg today. It was the first time that the president has spoken publicly since yesterday's bleak economic picture painted by Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene during his maiden medium-term budget policy statement. In it, he slashed the economic growth forecast from 2.7% to 1.4%. We now cross live to our reporter Mbongeni Mutua, who is at the conference. Good afternoon, Mbongeni. We now see that we're facing tough times. Did the president spell out how the government is going to try and turn things around?
Well, absolutely, Nambu. The president did exactly that. We did not get that kind of detail in Minister Nene's budget speech yesterday. The president saying that he has called the meeting of the Presidential Business Working Group, which consists of captains of industry and business leaders from the three organized business formations, your BUSA, your SACI, your Black Business Council, to sit down tomorrow and look at, with the president, at what can be done and what needs to be done urgently to intervene in the economy to try and boost growth. And he says in that meeting also he will give a progress report to the captains of industry on what on the progress that government is making in implementing the already existing multi-billion rand infrastructure project plans. In fact, at this point, we can take a listen at what the president had to say on that issue.
South Africa has a potential pipeline of more than 3 trillion rand worth of infrastructure projects, only a portion of which can be funded by the national fiscus. The bulk of this will require external funding. There are other specific initiatives that we are undertaking to boost private sector investment, support small businesses, and create jobs. To further boost intra-Africa trade, we have simplified the trade and investment regime for companies that do business inside the continent.
Mbongeni, I understand that the president stressed the need for everyone to pull together. Just elaborate as to what he said.
Well, this is a very important point, and it was a big theme of the president's speech. As you will be aware, government gets criticized left, right, and center all the time in this country, whether it's from opposition parties, whether it's from civil society, unions, business. Government is getting hit all the time. And President was at pains to say, in these challenging times, it's going to take everyone to work together and pull together for the common good of the country. He spoke at length on that, even summarizing or ending his speech on that point. In fact, we can listen to exactly what he had to say on that issue.
What is important for all of us to remember is that we should put South Africa first in everything we do. I want to believe that we all want to see a united and prosperous South Africa. As various political parties, business organizations, or even social clubs, we may differ on methods. We need to be careful about the methods we use as we push political and economic objectives. Let us disagree on issues, but ensure that South Africa does not suffer in the process.
And lastly, Mbongeni, where to from here?
Well, on the same theme of working together and trying to get everyone, all the stakeholders, to stop fighting and whatever, and focus on the rescuing the economy for the sake of everyone, the government, the president reminded everyone that apart from meeting with the presidential working group tomorrow, on the 4th of November, the Deputy President, Cyril Ramaphosa, will convene a labor indaba. This is a very crucial indaba or summit that's going to happen. Of course, in the background that the country in the past 3-4 years or so has been completely devastated by protracted strikes, one after the other. Now, there's government obviously wants to get one together to say, how can we overcome this issue? Fine, it's okay, people have got the right to strike for their rights and so on, but when we have the kinds of strikes that we've seen in recent years and that we still continue to see, for instance, the post office, these are very devastating and crippling strikes, and they are devastating the economy. Maybe if this was not there, the economy wouldn't be in such a bad shape that it is. So it's another issue that the president highlighted, that as part of getting everyone to work together, there will be that indaba that's going to happen. But interesting enough, also moving away from that issue, he stressed that despite the tough economic times that we're facing, BEE remains a crucial policy objective of government. And interesting enough, soon after the president left here, we've just seen a statement that he has just appointed a new Triple BEE Advisory Council filled with a lot of new members. Many of the members that were in the previous council have not made it back. Maybe just to stress the point that even though we're going through tough times, BEE remains a key focus of government. Nombo.
Thanks very much. That was our reporter, Mboyeni Mutwa, reporting from Saki's convention.